In the previous episode, I promised to explain to you why the age of the madmen in advertising was utterly unique. It was known as the golden age of advertising. First, though, a story. I've taught this course now for about 5 years, and every time I teach it, I start with a little survey. I'll do that now. I'm going to name a category of consumer product, and you write down the first brand that comes to mind. Does that make sense? For example, if I say hamburgers, the first brand that comes to mind for most of you will be McDonald's. That's how the game works. Okay, let's go. Potato chips. First thing that comes to mind. Laundry detergent. Paper towels. Toothpaste. Did you write down your answers? I'm now going to guess what you wrote down, and for almost all of you, I will be able to guess what you wrote with 100% accuracy. Don't believe me? Let's see. Potato chips, most of you said Lay's. Laundry detergent, you said Tide. Paper towels, you said either Brawny or Bounty, and toothpaste, most of you said either Colgate or Crest. Now, here's the painful part of the exercise. When you actually shop for any of those categories of products, what brands do you actually buy? Every time I run this little poll, the results are the same. People remember one brand, but they buy another. Those huge consumer products goods companies spend billions of dollars to make sure that their brand is the one you think of, yet all that effort is wasted on most people. What's going on here? Well, I'm here to help you see what's going on. And to understand, we've got to go back to the golden age of advertising. Two events bookend the golden age: the end of World War II in 1945 and Watergate in 1973. 28 years that were unlike any other in human history. The world's most respected advertisers made a name for themselves back in those days. They built agencies, they wrote books, they created empires, and most importantly for us, they passed down the lessons they learned and the tools and the techniques that they used. Now, those lessons have failed us. Those tools and techniques stopped working a long time ago. Now, I should qualify that a little bit. If you're fortunate enough to have a multi-million-dollar ad budget like Coke or Geico, those old techniques can still work. Well, they kind of work. But if your marketing budget is normal, then you know the truth of what I'm saying. The old ways just don't work anymore. You feel it, don't you? You've tried to emulate the great ones, yet you don't get great results. Here's why. Because at the deepest possible psychological levels, your market has changed. I'll explain what that means in a moment. First, though, let me introduce you to 4BQ. Every human being since the dawn of time has come into the world with 4BQ. 4BQ causes deep psychological unrest. 4BQ powers mass movements. 4BQ makes people double down when they're confronted with facts that contradict their most cherished beliefs. In fact, after food and clothing and shelter, 4BQ lies at the heart of the single strongest need of every human being. And those modern marketing techniques completely failed to address 4BQ. So what was so special about the golden age? Listen, advertising started to get scientific in the 1920s. A handful of ad men made lots of money writing copy. You've heard their names and maybe even read their work. Eugene Schwartz, Claude Hopkins, Victor Schwab. However, the Great Depression in the 30s and then World War II in the early 40s hindered the development of this new advertising science. It wasn't until the war ended that the ideas of these early ad geniuses had a chance to be fully developed. And what a time it was to be in advertising. America stood astride the world stage. Our consumer economy, our manufacturing might, and our political system were the envy of the entire world. Whatever we dreamed, we could do. Build cars with insane horsepower, insane room, insane lack of safety features, insane gas mileage, and sell tens of millions of them? Done. Build an interstate highway system to connect the east and the west coasts and the northern and the southern borders? Done. Make the biggest change to civil rights laws since the Civil War? Done. Put a man on the moon less than 10 years after firing the first rocket into space? Done. Yeah, those were the good old days. And it's not like that anymore. Now, I don't mean that dreaming and doing are finished. Plenty of people in America still dream of great things and accomplish great things. Steve Jobs, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos. America is still the land of opportunity. No, the changes I speak of are far deeper, far more profound, and far-reaching. Those changes all revolve around the gravitational force of 4BQ. Now, if you fail to understand 4BQ, then your marketing will continue to disappoint. On the other hand, once you grasp it, you will see the world in a whole new way. You'll see advertising and marketing in a whole new way. You'll see all your communications in a whole new way, and you will begin to understand how to not only attract attention, but to keep it permanently. You will be well on your way to creating fanatically loyal customers who love buying and owning whatever you sell. Next time, I'll unpack the mystery that is 4BQ. I'm Jack Heald. I ask the hard questions.